And we are back. Mr. Carville, this rolled out on the table. Colin Powell is VP for John McCain. He was on television after General Petraeus testified before Congress, was talking about Iraq and what the next president of the United States, be it Republican or Democrat, would have to do. Let's listen.
I'll tell you what they're all going to face, whichever one of them becomes president on January 21st of 2009. They will face a military force, a United States military force, that cannot continue to sustain 140,000 people deployed in Iraq and the 20-odd or 25,000 people we have deployed in Afghanistan and our other deployments. They will have to continue to draw down at some pace. None of them are going to have the flexibility of just saying, we're out of here, turn off the switch, turn off the lights, we're leaving.
Mary Matalin basically saying to John McCain, don't say we're staying for a long time, because we can't. And saying to Clinton and to Obama, don't say you're getting out quickly, because it's going to take a little time.
Right. So, but what he's essentially saying, and the argument that's going to be before the electorate and why the Democrats are going to lose this argument is, are we at war? If you think this is a situation to be managed, then you have a set of criteria for going forward. If you think it's a war, if you think they are at war with us and we need to defend ourselves, then we have to figure out a way to deploy what we have that ensures our security. And it's going to look different. We've been saying the same thing for 5 years than any previous war has ever looked at. And what the Democrats are trying to do, because they cannot win this argument that we're not at war, now they want to talk about the cost. So their sub-argument is then the cost of defeat is less than the cost of victory.
That's not my argument. My argument is that no one was at war with us in Iraq until we went to war with Iraq, number one. Number two, a reasonable period of time to get out, 16 months, 18 months, 2 years. That is a reasonable period of time to get out. Number three, John McCain benefited from the surge during the primaries. He has now made himself a hostage to events in Iraq. And as we saw in Basra in the last couple of weeks, as we can read in David Broder's column in the Washington Post this morning, where he said there's been no political progress at all, I don't think John McCain's going to win the argument on the war. I think he's going to be hurt badly in the next few months by being all out for the war.
That's a Democratic primary argument. In the general election, this is yet to really be fought out.
Because it is, Bob. It's the fact. People oppose the war. I don't know why you keep saying it. This is not 2004.
This is why you resist talking about progress, because they're for it and they think it's worth it when they understand that progress is being made. That's why you keep denying that progress is being made. Do you know what political progress is? People telling our soldiers where these roadside bombs are being buried. That's a political progress.
Mary, did you see all of the soldiers were interviewed in that piece last week, and they all said they were for Obama and they wanted to get the war out of the war as quickly as possible.
We're going to fight this out. The Democrats are going to try to redo the congressional elections. They talk about managing outcomes. John McCain is going to talk about fighting for victory, and the country is going to decide. Let's see what happens. I don't agree that we're going to be captive.
I'll tell you, general election argument is that somebody's going to get up and say, we got we're paying for a $3.5 trillion war and $3.50 for a gallon of gas, and something's got to change here, and change fast. And our military is overstretched. And what Colin Powell said, I think a lot of people agree with, we got to figure out a way to start getting people out of there and rebuilding our armed forces at a point. And I think they agree with that.